Hey, everybody. Hope you are doing well. So, we're going to dive into some somewhat newer Jethro Tull. Although this album was recorded in 1987 and released in 1987, this album is actually the record that won Jethro Tull their Grammy in 1989, beating out Metallica for the best hard rock and heavy metal album of the year. Now, I don't agree with that. Not at all. Metallica should have won that award. But the thing that bugs me about it, and this was sort of an interaction I had with somebody on the internet. Just imagine being irritated by an internet interaction. But people often forget that the category was best hard rock or heavy metal album performance. It wasn't just the best heavy metal album. Okay. So there were other bands that were eligible to have won that. And if you take that category, there could have been an ACDC album in there. There could have been a Van Halen album in there. There could have been any number of albums in there besides the Metallica album that, again, I think it should have won. Don't come at me with a, you're a hater. No, I think it should have won. But you have to remember that the Grammys in 1989 and still to this day and have always been a popularity contest voted on by people in record industries who worry about record sales and album sales. They don't really give a damn about the quality or sound of the music. They care about what they can advance in that popularity contest that's, hitting the charts in Billboard and Rolling Stone magazine, and it has really nothing to do with the music as much as it has to do with, who's popular. And again, I'm not sitting here saying that Jethro Tull should have won. I'm thinking that people just need to open their damn mind and understand that it was a hard rock and heavy metal category. Okay. With that said, we're going to visit that album. It's called, it's called Crest of a Knave. And we're going to do a song called Budapest.
I think she was a middle distance runner. The translation wasn't clear. Could be a budding stately hero. International competition in a year. She was a good enough reason for a party. Well, you couldn't keep up on a hard track mile. While she ran a perfect circle, and she wore a perfect smile. In Budapest, hot night in Budapest, we had a cozy up in the old gymnasium, dusting off the mandolins and checking on the gear. She was helping out at the backstage, stopping hearts and chilling beer. Yes, and her legs went on forever, like staring up at infinity. Through a wisp of cotton panty, along the skin of setting sea. Hot night in Budapest. You could cut the heat, peel it back with the wrong side of a knife. Feel wind blowing from the side fields. Feel like you were playing for your life, if not the money. Hey. One night in Budapest, she bent down to load the icebox. She stuffed some more warm white wine in, like some weird unearthly vision. Wearing only t-shirt, pants and skin. You know it crippled just to hit the muscle. But the boys and me were heading west, so we left her to the late crew. And a hot night in Budapest. Oh, it was a hot night in Budapest. She didn't speak much English language, she didn't speak much anyway. She wouldn't make love, but she could make good sandwich. She poured sweet wine before we played. Hey, Budapest. That's what you know. saw her at the late night restaurant, she would have sent blue shippers down the wall. Yeah, but she didn't grace our table. In fact, she wasn't there at all. Yeah, and her legs went on forever, like staring up at infinity. Her heart was spinning to the westlands, and she didn't care to be. That night in Budapest, it was a hot night in Budapest. Hot night in Budapest. Hot night in Budapest.
Man, you can always count on Jethro Tull to take you on a journey, can't you? As I'm sitting here listening to it, it's very, very much similar to earlier Tull pieces, except it's, more modern engineered and cleaner soundscapes, and everything is just really put in its place in the stereo mix. Martin Barr deserves a big head nod for his electric guitar work, but Ian Anderson is really a great acoustic player as well. And man, when they put their heads together, that whole group can really orchestrate a song. I mean, that's 10 minutes long, and I was totally just listening and lost in it. And one thing that it made me realize as I'm sitting here thinking about, what I talked about earlier about how, Metallica should have won the Grammy, but people often forget that it's a hard rock and heavy metal award that was given in 1989. If you go back and you look at the winners that year, you had people like Don Henley taking the Grammy for Best Rock Album. I don't see that. Okay. You had Bonnie Raitt, I think, won for Best Female Vocalist. And there's a part of me that's going, really? There wasn't a better female vocalist? I mean, not that Bonnie Raitt's a bad singer at all, but I mean, there are others. You know what I mean? And then you think about it, it's the first time they had a heavy metal category or even a hard rock heavy metal category. And they got it wrong. The voters got it wrong. Simple as that. And Jethro Tull got crucified for what the voters did, as if Jethro Tull stole the award from Metallica. Now, with that said, again, the Grammys get it wrong all the time. Best R&B vocalist, Beyonce. Well, R&B stands for rhythm and blues. That's what it was named. That's what essentially black music was renamed back in the day, or race music was renamed back in the day when Billboard changed the category to rhythm and blues to help aid sales and help, take away the stigma at the time of what it was. Jerry Wexler actually is can take credit for renaming it. So they give it to pop singers, divas like Beyonce and others. And I'm like, they're not singing rhythm and blues. They're singing, pop pop soul music. It's just totally a wrong category for that particular type of singing. You know, that's a category that Etta James and Aretha Franklin used to win the category for, not Beyonce and Rihanna. And again, nothing against them. It's just that it's the wrong category. And there is no category for progressive rock. There's no category. There's no way Rush could have ever won a Grammy Award for what they really were, a progressive rock band. Yes, King Crimson, Kansas, Jethro Tull, Mahavishnu Orchestra. There's so many great Dream Theater, if you want to. There's so many great progressive rock bands out there. They don't stand a chance in winning that popularity contest. Why? Because prog rock has a certain subset of fans that Billboard magazine and Rolling Stone magazine just don't pay a damn attention to. And so, again, I'm tired of the argument. I am tired of the debate about Jethro Tull stealing a Grammy away from Metallica. Again, I think Metallica should have won. But I'm not going to blame the band that did win for what the voters of that time period voted on. They didn't know any better. They didn't think about it. They didn't listen to metal, whatever. And again, this album, Crest of a Knave album, got tremendous critical acclaim in 1987 when it was released. How on earth it became the award winner in 1989, I don't know. The album after, it's actually even more rocking and relates a lot more and relies a lot more on Martin Barr's electric guitar sound in the album that came after this. But again, people threw the backlash at Jethro Tull for something that they had no control over. And that's probably the thing that pisses me off most about it, is they didn't have any control over it. They didn't put themselves in the hard rock and heavy metal category. They didn't vote for themselves. So, again, it's just stupid, narrow-minded people who want to sit there and go, no, that's wrong. Metallica's the greatest metal band of all time. Then you get people who talk about it today and they go, well, Metallica's not really a heavy metal band anymore. They're more of a hard rock band. It's like, you can't win for losing in this argument, because people just get entrenched in their mindset and aren't open-minded enough to realize how stupid they sound by entrenching themselves on a pointless argument that they have no control over. Sorry, went off on a tangent again. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got lost in the story as much as I did when the song was playing. It's a really interesting song. And I think probably in the very near future, I'm going to dive deep into this entire album again. I haven't really listened to it in years. And so I'm going to dive deeper into it. But this whole thing was, again, this video was spurred on by an interaction that I had with one of those narrow-minded, narrow-focused people on the internet who just were like, no, Metallica. God, just grow up. Anyway, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. This should be interesting. And we can talk about it further. Just know that I appreciate you and I wish you all well. Y'all take care.